Mechanical Engineering at Post Cutter. In this session we will discuss a problem based on watt governor, but before that we will see the relationship between the height of the watt governor and the angular velocity. You all know that the function of governor is to maintain the mean speed of the engine during a variable load condition by controlling the supply of the working fluid. Okay. So in 1788, when James Watt was designing his steam engine, he designed the watt governor, which is the simplest type of the governor, and according to his name, this governor is known as the watt governor. This watt governor comes under the centrifugal type of the governor. Okay, so let us see the parts of this watt governor. First, see, these two balls are known as the fly balls, or these are also known as the governor balls. Okay, these two arms are known as the upper arms, or simply we can call this as arms. These two, this one and this one, are the lower arms, or these are also known as the limbs. Okay, this is the spindle of the governor. This spindle is connected with the engine shaft with the help of the bevel gear. So when the engine shaft will rotate, this spindle will also rotate. Okay, this one is the sleeve. According to the change in speed, the sleeve will move upward or downward along the spindle. This point is known as the pivoted point, or this is the pivot. Okay, so I am naming this point as P. This R is the radius of the rotation. It is the distance between the center of the fly ball and the spindle. Now, the distance between the center of this fly ball and this pivot point is denoted by H. So, this H is the height of the governor. Okay. So, this is the centrifugal type of the governor. So, on these fly balls, the centrifugal force will act. So, this centrifugal force is denoted by Fc. Suppose the mass of the balls are m, so the weight that will act on this ball will be how much? That is our mg. Okay. So, first we have to find out the relation between the height of the governor and the angular velocity. So, for that we have to take the movement at the point P. This is the fixed point. So, at this point the movement will be 0. So, in order to calculate the movement at the point P, we have to consider two forces. That is, first one is our centrifugal force and the second one is the weight. So, the moment for the Fc about the point P will be how much? That is Fc into h, because h is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of the force and the point about which we have to calculate the moment. So, the moment will be in the clockwise direction. Now, the moment due to mg will be how much? That is mg into r, and this moment will be in the anti-clockwise direction. So, I am taking this clockwise moment positive and this anti-clockwise moment as negative. So, the net moment at the point P will be how much? That is, I am writing here Fc into h minus mg into r, because I have taken this anti-clockwise moment as negative, equals to 0. So, this Fc into h will be equals to mg r. This Fc is the centrifugal force, and we know that centrifugal force equals to how much? This is m omega square r. Here omega is the angular velocity. So, replacing Fc as the m omega square r, we can write this equation 1 as m omega square r into h equals to mg into r. So here r cancel out, cancel out. So the value of h will be how much? That is g by omega square. Okay. So omega is the angular velocity. So in place of omega we can write omega equals to 2 pi n by 60. Okay, and g is our acceleration due to gravity. So we can write g equals to 9.81 meter per second square. So putting the value of omega as 2 pi n by 60 and g equals to 9.81, we will get h equals to how much? That is 9.81 divided by 2 pi n by 60 whole square. So the value will be how much? After solving this, we will get h equals to 895 by n square. This is the height of the governor. Okay. So let us go to the problem based on this watt governor. So here is the problem. The question is that calculate the vertical height of the watt governor when it rotates at 75 rpm. Also find out the change in the vertical height when the speed increases to 80 rpm. That means here two speeds are given to us and this is asking to find out the change in height. That means we have to calculate the delta h. So delta h equals to how much? This is h1 minus h2. h1 will be find out by from this n1 and h2 will be find out by using this n2. So here n1 equals to how much? 75 rpm, that is given to us, and n2 equals to how much? That is 80 rpm. This is also given. So we already know that h1 equals to how much? This is 895 by n1 square, and here our n1 is 75. So h1 will be how much? That is 895 by 75 square, that is equals to 0.159 meter. Now come to h2. h2 will be how much? That is 895 divided by n2 square. So this is equals to 895 divided by 80 square, that is equals to 0.139 meter. So we have the value of h1 and h2. So now we can find out the value of delta h. So delta h equals to how much? h1 minus h2 equals to 0.159 minus 0.139, that is equals to 0.020 meter. Okay, this is the answer. Thank you.